Hello everyone, my name is Igor Tomic and today I'm conducting interviews at Money20 and I'm happy to introduce Eric Barbier, who is the CEO of AAA. And we have questions for you around stablecoin infrastructure and tokenization, because I think that's still a hot topic because a lot of things are circulating. And I've got the first question for you. Like, you've built 3 companies and they all think, in my opinion, circulating around the idea of the cross-border payments and facilitating people to move the funds easier. What do you think is the pattern that you see behind those businesses, despite using maybe different technologies?
Yeah, I think the key thing is like in emerging markets, people are having difficulties to get access to the traditional banking rails. They're having issues getting access to US dollar, for instance. And that's one of the beauty of the stablecoin revolution, is that now for the first time ever, anyone on the planet can hold US dollar account by just downloading an app. You download MetaMask or Phantom, whatever wallet you want to have, and then you can finally transact in US dollar denominated tokens, those famous stablecoins. And so what I've always been doing as an entrepreneur was to interconnect the, I would say, the more developed world with the more emerging market world. My previous company, Tunes, was founded on the idea of sending money to mobile phones in emerging markets. And here it's kind of the same, but using the new technology, which is stablecoin.
And what do you think why this gap has actually existed? Because in one way, yes, stablecoin, they're global, but it's kind of logical to have an access to the financial instruments globally. What do you think was the main gaps that previous technology didn't allow to achieve the same that we have with the stablecoins?
So when you look at how the evolution especially in emerging markets, you have mobile wallets, mobile money, which has been solving access to the financial system very well, but at the domestic level. And I think that was the missing link, is that it doesn't scale if you want to do it cross-border. Yeah. There's a lot of different regulation because there's a lot of fragmentation as well. You don't have global standards. So meaning that when you want to move money from, say, Kenya to Europe, this means that you need to have an interconnection with an M-Pesa, for instance. And that's what the beauty again of stablecoin is, that with a universal standard which is available across all the everyone on the planet. That's what why so many people are using it now. We're seeing about 500 million people using stablecoin across the world.
Another, I think, potential change which is coming, the banks are acknowledging that technology is actually working really good. And one of the movement that I see is a tokenization for the deposits, for the assets of the banks. And do you think, is it like a putting AAA in another position compared to the banks? Because they slowly, but seems to be realizing that the landscape is changing. Is it going to influence your company and the vision for the future?
So you're totally right to see that now banks are embracing digital asset tokenization in general and so on. That has been driven a lot by the US since the Genius Act. That has been like really the catalyst moment for our industry. I believe that the whole, tokenized deposit versus stablecoin, it's two similar technology, but they're addressing different needs. The tokenized deposit is more within a bank, within a big international bank, and that's kind of hidden by the so it's more like internal things inside the bank on how you move money from one country to another, but that stays within the bank. The stablecoin on the other side is something which is more open, which is open to anyone. So it's not that like you need permission to get access to this network. Anyone can participate.
Yeah, so basically open loop, closed loop solutions. That's quite clear. And what is your vision for the market for the next 3-5 years? Like, how do you envision that?
So it's funny because there's a lot of hype around stablecoin, and so you're hearing people saying Visa or MasterCard are going to disappear or Swift is going to disappear. I don't buy that at all, but stablecoin is here to stay because it's solving a real problem. My personal take is that 15 to 25% of cross-border payments involving emerging markets are going to be done over stablecoin. So that's a massive opportunity.
That's a definitely really big change from the market and the way how we're doing the things that we thought never going to change.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Eric, today for joining us. Appreciate your time and all the answers.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks.
Thanks.